Hey now, take a step outside and seize the day.
Aloha everyone, and welcome back to Aloha Jen's Beauty Blog. For those of you that are new here, aloha! My name is Jen and I am a licensed esthetician in the state of California. Well, welcome to today's video, which is an unboxing and a first impression demonstration of the Pico Toner 2 by Neurotris. So if you guys have been following along, you know I ordered this about 3 weeks ago and I have been waiting for it to come in. Now, Neurotris does offer updates for their devices, and the reason why it took so long for the Pico Toner to get here is because they had an update for it, and before they sent it out to me, they updated my unit so I wouldn't have to send it back for the update. And I'll get into a little bit of that as we go further. But this video, I just mainly want to unbox the unit. I did do a demonstration of using it today with the Mann lift. And I want to tell you a little bit about what makes this unit special. So Neurotris A1 Engineering created the Pico Toner. So they make professional microcurrent machines. And the Pico Toner is their answer for an at-home microcurrent unit that us professionals can sell to our clients to use at home to keep up with their results. This is also a professional unit that you can use in the treatment room. I believe that this goes up to 1000 microamps, which you would probably never ever use, but the Pico Toner can not only be used on your face, but it is cleared to use on your body, and it's cleared to use on your thyroid. It's the only microcurrent device that I know that you can get at home that is actually cleared to use on your body, and besides one unit that is a body device that's sold by New Face that you can use on your body, but all the other ones you cannot use in your thyroid area. So let me tell you what makes this special. So I'm going to read you something from their website. So the Pico Toner is called a dynamic microcurrent device. I'm going to get into that. So Neurotris uses second generation multi-signaling microcurrent technology. The significance of superior performing machine recognizes several important technical attributes in relation to multi-signaling microcurrent technology. Therefore, not all microcurrent machines are the same. There are thousands of frequencies that can be used: sine, square, biphasic, monophasic, pulse, galvanic, etc. When these frequencies are combined into a preset program, it's called a signal. Neurotris, the developers of the only dynamic microcurrent device on the market that features a constantly evolving, dynamic, intelligent, bilateral feedback loop that optimizes the signal based on the individual's skin at the time of the treatment. Neurotris second generation technology will significantly improve the look and feel of your skin for the face and body. It is crucial that microcurrent and voltage operate at the proper level and are in perfect tune with a specific signal to give the desired effect. Every signal travels through the skin and tissues differently. Think of voltage as the driving force needed to get the multi-signals to target the tissues. Now, the Pico Toner has biofeedback skin impedance monitoring, okay? Other machines are not able to maintain a pure frequency at such low current levels when applied to the skin. A1 Engineering, manufacturer of the Neurotris second generation multi-signaling microcurrent machines, discovered a breakthrough in microcurrent technology and patents constant waveform morphology, so CWM for short. So constant waveform morphology is the ability to deliver an absolute pure multi-signal at low, micro, nano, and pico currents without being affected by normal body impedances, okay? All Neurotris machines have a biofeedback skin impedance monitoring that maintains the appropriate multi-signal no matter the skin impedance. It is because of its ability to maintain the multi-signal purity, Neurotris body and facial machines produce faster results that last longer. And I have to tell you, today was my first treatment with it. And I noticed more results in my skin with one treatment using it at a very low level than I have had with any of my other microcurrent devices. Like, my skin actually should not look this good today because I was a bad girl last night and I went out and I had fun. I had a couple of beers and I had some salty food, and when I woke up this morning, my skin looked terrible. It was all poofy. It was dehydrated, and as soon as I woke up, I've been drinking a bunch of water, trying to, put nutrients back in my body. And then once I felt like I was hydrated enough, I went in and I performed this treatment, and I was absolutely amazed at how good my skin looks. I'm looking at it now and I think it looks amazing for what I did last night. And if I would have used another microcurrent device that I have in my collection, I wouldn't have gotten these results. It would have taken at least a couple of days for me to receive this treatment. So with all that said, let's get into the Pico Toner. So the Pico Toner has 2 programs that are programmed into it, and each program is 30 minutes long. So let me read you what those programs are really quick before we do the full unboxing. Okay, so here is what it looks like in the box. I'm gonna tilt it like this because I don't want it to fall out. So here is what the outside of the box looks like, okay? It's very Earth Day, right? So today is Earth Day, so happy Earth Day. This reminds me of Earth Day. Here is the back of the box with a picture of the Pico Toner. Here's your serial number and information for your unit. And then here is the Pico Toner. It is very, very tiny, okay? So we'll get into this. So as I was mentioning, the Pico Toner has 2 programs programmed into it. We have program 1, which is toning and lifting, okay? It is a 30-minute program. P1 is how it's referenced, has 3 10-minute signals. Signal 1 runs for the first 10 minutes, signal 2 runs for the second 10 minutes, and then the last 10 minutes goes back to signal 1. So you can do 15 minutes or 30 minutes on each side of the face for equal balanced treatments. P2, which I'm so excited about and I love after first use. It's a 30-minute program. It aids in increasing ATP, cellular energy, collagen, and elastin. It improves overall radiance in the skin. This also works on the density of the skin and helps with lymphatic fluid accumulation or stagnation. And by the way, all microcurrent does help with lymphatic stagnant lymph. It moves the lymph throughout the face when you use it. I believe it increases the flow by 48%. So this particular program, I fell in love with it at first use, and I know this is something that I want to use every day. So P2, a 30-minute protocol that improves ATP, collagen, elastin, and improves overall radiance. You can do 15 minutes or 30 minutes on each side of the face for equal balance treatments, okay? So pretty cool, right? And I have a demo of me using P2 today, so you guys will go into that after we go to the unboxing. So you lift up your lid here, and this is where all your goodies are. So here is your Pico Toner. So this is what it looks like, Pico Toner 2. We have a power button, we have a plus button and a negative button, and then you have your 2 ports right here, okay? And then here is where your battery goes. Now, the Pico Toner is not rechargeable. You use a AA battery, and it comes with this in the box. Mine's in here. I did put it in already because, like I said, I used this today, and I can't take it out because my fingernails are too short. So what you do is, this is very easy. You use gentle pressure to just take this flap off and put it back in. It's very, very easy to do that. Now, when they first came out with this, I believe this came out in 2022 for the Pico Toner 2. They had a little USB port for it right here on the side, and that's what they used to upgrade the program when they had an update for it, right? But they changed it. They took that port away. And it's good that they did that because people would try to plug things in there. So you've heard me mention updates. So they will have updates for your Pico Toner. And what you do is, if you want it updated, you send it to them. And there is a nominal fee that is associated with the update. And then they'll send it back to you. Now, I don't really know too much about that yet, but I will get more details about that as we go along. So here's the unit. It's very light. And this Velcro strap is for the wrist strap, because you could put the Pico Toner on your wrist while you're performing your treatment, which is very, very cool. So you can wear it like a watch. And I would use it probably on my left one here. So you can either leave it on the counter, and if you do leave it on the counter, I would suggest still strapping it to the wrist strap. So if you do pull this off the counter, you have some sort of safety there. But you want to be very careful because the warranty does not cover any damage that is inflicted on the device. So if you drop it, that's it, okay? So that's why they always suggest to use the wrist strap or put this away from you to where it won't be pulled off the counter or drop on the floor. But look at this, it's so tiny. Can you believe this? You know how easy this is going to be to travel with? OMG. And you know what? This thing is tiny, but is it ever so mighty, okay? So let's go over finally what comes in the box. So we got we have the Pico Toner and the AA battery. You have your instruction manual, okay? So in this instruction manual, it goes over everything that you need to know. There is a QR code here that you can scan that will take you to their training videos. And they also sent me an email with the training videos, and I have been watching them. And there's some things that you have to learn about this. Like, I still have to figure out the proper way to use P1. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but as soon as I get this unit down, we are going to create some amazing content around it, because from my treatment that I had with this today, I can just tell you, like, as of right now, I'm not interested in using any of my other microcurrent devices because it is that good, okay? And I'm not lying to you either. And I bought this myself, okay? This is my early birthday present to myself. I'm turning 46 next month, and I wanted something different. I'm seeing changes in my skin, and I've been watching Jane Mann's, Lift With Me Mondays videos and getting to know the lift through watching her videos. And just, I just wanted this device so much after watching those videos and looking at Jane's skin. And she's used Neurotris for a while. And the big key selling points of this for me was using it on the body, because with the Neurotris, it is cleared for the body, and this will help with crepey skin. It'll help the skin on your arms look really nice and toned. The skin on your legs, you can use it on your hands. It's so versatile, and I was looking for something like that I can use on my body and just have one unit instead of all these multiple devices. And microcurrent is the best for the skin. And if you look at Jane Mann's videos, if you watch Jane Mann's videos, and you notice how beautiful her body skin is, well, it's because she uses microcurrent on her body, and she has several videos with it using the Pico Toner. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to pick it up, also because of the P2 waveform, and there's many more I can go into. Okay, so instruction manual. Now, you want to make sure that you check the contraindications for, you know, the Pico Toner. It's just like typical microcurrent. If you have a pacemaker, if you have heart condition, so they say do not use Pico Toner immediately after any Botox or fillers, as this may move the product around. It is recommended to wait 3 weeks after any injectable or fillers. Do not use Pico Toner 2 if you have any electronic implanted devices, pacemakers, defibrillators, etc. Do not use if you have a history of seizures. And it says remove any jewelry from the neck and the hands, and consult your doctor for any other medical conditions prior to use. And then also, of course, you know, if you have cancer, you don't want to use anything that is going to bring circulation into certain areas. And if you have any other medical conditions that you're concerned about, definitely always contact your doctor to see if it's right for you. And I do bring up a heart condition because I know there's some people that don't have a pacemaker or a defibrillator, but they have a heart condition and they can't use microcurrent. So when in doubt, contact your medical professional. Okay, so now we have the wrist strap. And this is the cord for your gloves. So when you get your Pico Toner, it automatically comes with the gloves. And you have the option to pick up the probes. You can add the facial adhesive pads, which mine are not here. When I placed an order, so this hadn't shipped out yet, so I placed an additional order. I ordered the adhesive facial pads with the quad cable. So when those come in, we'll do some content around them. They're gonna be in this week. You have the option to purchase the Mann lift with your Pico Toner, or their probes, which I did not get. I just got the Pico Toner. I didn't add any of the probes, and I already have the Mann lift, by the way. So I do want to order the probes. I'm going to order those just so we can try them and see how they are. So you get your gloves, and they say that, you know, this unit, you can just use it with the gloves and get amazing results, or you can add on the accessories if you like. So these gloves, they are silver conductive sculpting gloves. You can use these for a hand treatment. You can use them on your body. You can use them on your face, and we will get into these. So when you get your Pico Toner, you only get one Pico Toner cable with the glove connectors. When you order the accessories, like I ordered the quad cable for the facial adhesive pads so I can put them in multiple areas, they'll send you an extra port cable. So you can have the gloves plugged into here. You can have the probes programmed or plugged into here. You could have one lift unit on this side and one lift unit on this side and use them at the same time. So the Pico Toner is multifunctional in that way, that you can have multi attachments going at the same time. So here is what the cable looks like. And when you get it and you're going to use the gloves, you have to put on the snaps. So I will take those out to show you what they look like. I just dropped one. Hi. Okay, I'll get it later. So you have a red one and a black one, and the colors mean something, positive and negative. So you have one as a positive and one as a negative. So you always want to match the color with the correct connection, okay? So red goes with red and black goes with black, okay? And that's the same thing with the Mann lift. Let me pull out my Mann lift here. So on the Mann lift cord, and by the way, if you already have a lift and you have it set up for your MyoLift Mini, your same cord will work for the Pico Toner as well. So on the Mann lift, as you see, we have a red connector and we have a black connector, and that's how you match it up. So red goes with red, and it's so easy to connect it to. And black goes with black, okay? So there's that. Now, of course, if you have any questions on the accessories and what is needed, like if I get the probes, the infinity probes, I have to buy, I think it's the banana connector to connect them to my Pico Toner cord, okay? And when you buy those infinity probes, you will get another port cord as well. Gosh, I cannot talk. Okay, so now what else comes in here? So we have the port cord. We have the Neurotris Ionic Conductive Mist. So this is for your gloves. So with how this device is so great at sensing the impedance of the skin, it's not sensitive in the sense of like how the Myolith Mini is sensitive sometimes to conductivity. So what this is so amazing, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I had a little disturbance. So with your gloves, that's where the ionic mist would come in. So with the gloves, you just wet them, and you can wet them in tap water. You have to wear gloves underneath if you're going to use them, you know, for a treatment on your face. If you're going to use them for a hand treatment, you do not wear gloves underneath them. So you wet them, and that's where the mist comes in. So the mist, this is a conductive mist that Neurotris has their own. And this, you just spray at the fingertips of the gloves. So this has very simple ingredients in it. It's just water, sodium chloride, which they use in that form is Himalayan pink salt, propanediol, glycerin, and phenoxyethanol. So you could use these with the infinity. You could use this with the infinity probes. You can use it with the gloves. You can use it with the facial pads. So you can use it with the lips. So this is a conductive mist for you to try that comes free with your Pico Toner. So we have the gloves. The gloves look really, really cool. I cannot wait to try them. And then we have the glove inserts. So they include poly glove inserts. There's 100 gloves that equal 50 pairs in here. So this is what they use for their sculpting gloves. Of course, you can use whatever you would like, but they give this in here for you. So you're all complete with, you know, using your Pico Toner right from the start. And I will say what I love about having a battery with the Pico Toner is that you don't have to wait for it to charge for 24 hours before your first use. You just pop in the battery and it's ready to go. I'm going to show you what the display looks like again. And then they give you this silver bag as a carrying case so you could tuck your Pico Toner and accessories in here if you want to travel with it. So it's so nice. So that is what comes in the box of the Pico Toner. Now, like as I mentioned, I ordered 2 accessories, the adhesive facial pads, which I believe there's a total of 24 pads in there. They are reusable. And I ordered the quad cable. So like I said, when that comes in and I get more familiar with the Pico Toner and being more comfortable of showing you guys treatments, we will definitely play with those. And I will hopefully maybe have the infinity probes here, maybe sometime next month. We'll see. We'll see what comes my way for the birthday wish list. Okay, so here is the Pico Toner. So you have a power button here. And then when you turn it on, it's automatically at P1. And then over here is your battery level. Now, I've heard that the battery in this lasts for a very, very long time. So when you turn it on, to toggle between the modes, you use your power button. So you choose either P1 or P2. So P1 is lift and tone, and P2 is where it works with stimulating ATP. It helps with collagen and elastin. It helps with cellular metabolism, elastin, and building skin density, okay? So now, say we're gonna go to P2. So now what we do is it's flashing there. We're gonna use the plus to increase the intensity. So it always starts off at 5 and it goes pretty far up. So these are percentages for the for the Pico Toner. So it goes all the way up to 100%, which I don't think anybody will ever use, but it's there just in case. And then you use the negative sign to take it down. Now, once you get to the intensity that you want, you just leave it alone and it will set. And once it sets, it takes about 30 seconds. You will see the timer flash on the screen. And as that timer counts down, it will show you what program you're on, what intensity, and then it'll flash the time. Now, to change your intensity, you just press the power button to unlock, and you can either decrease it or increase it, and then you just leave it as it is, and it will go back, and then you can go back into your treatment. And then if you're finished before your time is up, you just press and hold the power button, and it turns the Pico Toner off. So it's very, very simple to use. Now, with the Pico Toner, there isn't like a set intensity of where you should start out. They suggest that you start out between 15 and 25. And from the videos that I watch, they say you put on your gloves and then you put it here on your forehead, and you will feel like a fluttering, okay? And then once you feel that, and if it doesn't feel uncomfortable, then that is your intensity that you start off with. But as you're using it, if you feel like the current is uncomfortable, or maybe you're not getting enough, that's when you would go in and increase or decrease the intensity. Now, here's the thing. There is no really true recommendation for when I do these treatments of what I think you should start out with. I can just tell you what I'm starting out with, because my skin impedance is different than your skin impedance. So I may need less intensity and you may need more intensity. And that's where you try to get familiar with using the Pico Toner and getting comfortable with finding what is the correct intensity for you. So there is no set intensity. They just recommend that you start out low between 15 and 25 and go from there, okay? So when I use this, I will keep you posted on the intensity level that I'm using, but just because I'm using that intensity doesn't mean it's going to be the right intensity for you, just so you know. Okay, so that is the Pico Toner. So the Pico Toner is priced at $5.95, and you get everything that I've shown you here, except for the Jane Man Lift. This is an accessory that you can add on. What you get for your accessory to start off are the gloves, okay? Now, if you do not have a Jane Man Lift and you want to get one, but you don't want to get it with the Pico Toner, that's okay. You can still use it with the gloves, and that's how they train you how to use it. But there is an option for when you pick up the Pico Toner that you can add in the Jane Man Lift with it. Now, if you already have the Jane Man Lift, remember what I said, your cord that you have, that you're using, if you're using it with the MyoLift Mini and the Mitama, I believe, you can use the same cord with your Pico Toner. If you're just picking up your Pico Toner and you already have the Jane Man Lift. Okay, I hope that wasn't confusing. Sorry, I'm kind of a little bit all over the place, and I apologize for that. So you guys are gonna go into my demo right now of me testing for, as a first impression, the Pico Toner on P2, okay? I can tell you this, that as a first impression, I'm so happy that I purchased the Pico Toner, and I cannot wait to get more into using it and showing you guys this tiny but mighty microcurrent device. Okay guys, so sorry about that. I wanted to give you an update of a device routine that I'm going to be doing. So if you guys follow along with my spring reset series that I started at the beginning of spring, I did a video this last week of me demonstrating the Medicube Ucera. So the Qure is a skin tightening device that helps tighten the skin and smooth out fine lines and wrinkles. It uses high frequency and ultrasound to do that. So I've only used that device twice, and it is a device that you use only a few times a week. However, the Pico Toner is here, and you guys know I've been waiting for this. Now, with the program 2, P2, it helps stimulate ATP, cellular energy, cellular metabolism, also helps with collagen and elastin, and skin density. Program 1 not only lifts and tones, but it helps with fine lines and wrinkles. It also helps plump the skin. So I want to just use the Pico Toner on my skin for the next month or two. I'm not going to use a skin tightening device like radio frequency or the Qure. I want to see what this can do with just using red LED light therapy and the Pico Toner for my skin. That's where we're going to go forward. And in the summertime, after I'm giving this a good test run, we will pick up the Qure and test it out. So I'm sorry if that's disappointing for anybody out there who is looking forward to that. I do like that device as a first impression after only 2 uses, but I don't want to drop this. I want to see what the Pico Toner can fully do for my skin without any other current running through my skin, okay? So I'm so excited. I hope you guys are too. Yeah, I just think that this is an amazing little unit for my first impression, okay? Now, as I mentioned, I believe I mentioned it, I may have forgotten, but your Mann Lift Probe, you can use this on your body, and I will be using it on my body. That is going to be a treatment that we'll do with the Pico Toner. I'll show you how to use the Mann Lift on your body. I'll also show you how to use the gloves on your body as well. But my main point, or my main accessory that I will be using with the Pico Toner is going to be the Mann Lift. Now, I mentioned this in my spring reset video, my last one, episode 7, that Mann is going to be having a microcurrent challenge for the month of May. Now, there will be a fee associated with this. You sign up. She'll be coming out with the information soon, so pay attention to her Instagram account. Pay attention to her, her website. So you'll sign up for it, and it will be done through Zoom, but they'll record the videos, and then I believe what they'll do is they'll email you the videos once they're ready. Now, these videos will not be posted to YouTube, and she mentioned it was going to be Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So if you can't make the live class, you can go back and follow along with the video. So this is a perfect time to follow along with your Pico Toner and your Mann Lift. If you have another microcurrent device, such as the MyoLift devices, the Mini or the QT, you can also follow along with that using the lift, or another microcurrent device of choice. I mean, you could still use some of the same movements, but I think if you have a lift, you should definitely sign up for this microcurrent challenge. It's going to run for 30 days, and I'm joining it. As soon as the information is available, I will let you guys know, but I cannot wait. I think it's going to be amazing. And from all the videos that I have watched when Jane's performing microcurrent, I always learn something from her. And if you love microcurrent, if you're interested in everything that it can do for your skin, Mann is the microcurrent person that I go to. She's been using it for over 20 years. And you learn so much about the skin in general, but you learn so much about the benefits of microcurrent and what it can do for your skin. And she'll, give you like these little tips and tricks that make such a huge difference in your treatment. And you'll learn about other things from her too that you can take and use on your skin every day. You can use it, whenever you'd like. But I'm just telling you, it's a wealth of information. And if you want to learn more, I highly, highly recommend like looking into this challenge when it's available. And yeah, so that's all I want to say. You guys are going to head into my demo right now. I hope you enjoy it. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And I'm sending you all so much love and light. And I will see you in the next one. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye. Aloha, everyone, and welcome to the demo of the Neurotris Pico Toner 2. So today I'm going to demonstrate program P2. It is a 30-minute program, and this one focuses on aiding in skin metabolism, increasing ATP, collagen and elastin, and overall radiance of the skin, along with stimulating that lymphatic fluid. We are going to be using it with the Mann lift, okay? So I went out last night. We went to go to my friend's brewery, and my best friend and her husband, along with some other friends, opened up a brewery in downtown San Jose. And we went there last night and seen them. That's how I get to see her these days, because they're open on Fridays and Saturdays, and they always work Fridays and Saturdays, like Friday evenings, and then Saturdays they're open, I think, from 2 to 9. So that's the only way I get to see her these days, because we live at a distance apart, and it's just difficult to see her during the week. I'm going in with the NeoGenesis Skin Serum. I did prep my skin. I washed it with the NeoGenesis Cleanser. And then I went in with the Botnia Soothing and Repair Mask for about 15 minutes, removed it because my skin is dehydrated, because I did have some bad food. I had some salty food. I also had some beer last night. And that is why my face looks puffy, and I got a lot of lymph right in here, okay? So this is my first time using the Pico Toner. I need to really study this, but I know you guys are dying to see it, and I'm dying to try it. So that's why I'm using the P2 program to stimulate the lymph. This is gonna work more in my skin, and I want it to penetrate these NeoGenesis products into my skin to help it repair it after a night of fun. So I'm gonna go in next with the skin serum. So yeah, so we took Misha there with us because it's dog friendly, and we had such a great time. We didn't get home until like, I think like 10:30. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted a video in my stories. But yeah, it was good because we need to socialize Misha more, and it's a great way. She loves my best friend Waki and her husband, and they love her, so we wanted to take her there. And Misha is so good, guys. She is such a good girl. When she is out and about, we don't have to worry about her. She's just so easy. And now that the weather is getting nicer, we order her a special seat in the car. So we're going to start taking her out more often, and she is just going to love that. And it will still contribute to her living, it'll contribute to her living her best life. All right, so how are we going to do this? So first we have to connect our lift. So when you get your Pico Toner, it does come with the gloves, and it comes with this connector, okay? And the connectors you have, these are the connectors for the gloves. You remove them, and you have a positive and a negative, okay? So you have 2 ports here in your Pico, so you can have 2 things going at the same time. So if you wanted to use the gloves and the facial patches, or the gloves and the probes, you could do all this with this. It's so amazing. So I'm gonna plug this in. First plug in, woohoo. And then on your lift connector, you have a red and a black, a positive and a negative. So you're going to hook the red connectors together, and you hook the black connectors together, okay? And then you attach your magnetic balls to your Jane Mann lift, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna start out with the chest, work our neck, and then our face, okay? So I will do my neck and my chest together, and then I'll do this side of my face, or I'll do this side of my face, and then we can compare the difference. And there's no lifting with this. This is all working in the skin. Remember to stimulate cellular metabolism, ATP, boost cellular energy, get those cells energized, mitochondria energized to start repairing the skin and build that collagen and elastin. And we should see some really nice radiance in the skin. This also helps with skin density as well. Okay, so I'm gonna give my skin a spritz of the NeoGenesis Moisturizing Mist. And then I'm gonna start out with their Glide Gel. And I'm going to put some of this on my chest. Now, I'm curious to see how much gel I have to use with the Pico Toner, because from my understanding, it really senses the skin's impedance. So it'll be interesting to see compared to the Mile Lift device. So really going to just, you know, like I said, this is like a first impression demonstration, and I can't tell you how excited I am to do this. I'm excited, and I don't really feel like doing crap today. And I have to use this. I have to, because I have been waiting for this for 3 weeks. All right, so I'm gonna turn on my Pico Toner. Right here's the power button. Okay, you have your battery level right here. And we are going to go to P2. It says P2. And, you know, I'm going to start out at 25. I'm not for sure. They say to start out at 25, 15, 25. Everyone's going to be different with this, okay? And you just leave it alone, and it will automatically lock the screen after 30 seconds, and you'll see the timer. Okay, there we go. Now we can start going. So I have to get a sense for this, okay? I'm not sure how to work this yet, but I will get there. So Tony says when you're starting out with this is to take the gloves and put them on your forehead and go from there on your intensity. So I'm just going to start out with 25 today, and then we'll go from there on moving it up. Now, if I wanted to increase the intensity, all I have to do is come here, press the power button to unlock the screen, and it just went to P2, okay? And then I just did that wrong, so don't pay attention to me. So I'm gonna increase it here to 30, okay? And then it's gonna lock the screen. All right, so we're just working this lymph and fascia here first. Okay, so let's try doing the intensity. So I'll press the power button. There we go. And then I can decrease it right there to unlock it. I'll leave it at 30. We'll go from there. Okay, sorry guys. So I'm just going to move this around here. So we're increasing that circulation, stimulating that lymph, and I'm just using a pressure of 1, okay? So just gliding it along the skin here, working the front of my shoulder too. Now, one of the major reasons why I picked up the Pico Toner is because it's cleared to use on your body. And you can use the Jane Mann lift on your body, guys, okay? You can take this right now and put conductive gel on your arms and start lifting and toning your skin and working the collagen. You can use it on your arms. You can use it on your thighs. I mean, it's just amazing what you can do. And the Pico Toner is cleared to use on your body, and you can use it on your thyroid. Woohoo! So we can really get in here and work this area. So excited about that. All right. I still haven't been to the chiropractor, and I have that rib out of place. And I haven't picked up my block therapy starter kit yet. Oh, I know. So I'm picking that up on my, I'm getting another bonus next month. And I'll be picking it up then. I had to use this paycheck to pay off some things, and I just couldn't really afford it at this time. So I will get the starter package. I really want to get the 2 blocks, but we'll see. I may only be getting just the bigger block buddy, but I really want both because they're not cheap. They're like $100 just for the blocks. So, but I really need to get that because I'm at the point now to where I need to go in and release those fascia adhesions deeper than what the towel is. And so as you're using this, the timer will be on the screen. It's a 30-minute program and it counts down. And it will flash back with the timer, and then it will flash back to the intensity, okay? My body is just really soaking up everything today. I can't wait to try this on my body. So, and it's gonna really make a difference in your skin. That's the reason why, I mean, if you watch Jane Mann with her videos, you guys see her skin, how beautiful her skin is, even on her body and stuff. Well, because she uses microcurrent on her body. So I'm just going in here now. I'm using about a level 2 here. I'm just bringing that circulation into my neck, stimulating that lymph. Blood flow, cellular energy. Then I can come in here and I can take this and work this on my thyroid, underneath my chin. Isn't that awesome, guys? Now, again, only the Pico Toner or devices by Neurotris are cleared to use over your thyroid. All the other devices are not cleared to use in this area. So just so you know, and that's a big key point of why I purchased this, because I really want to help the skin here. Because microcurrent has so many wonderful benefits, and you know, we miss out a big chunk of the neck here with a lot of our devices from not being able to use them over that area. So you can even take it in back here, get some mist here, work the back of the neck. God, that feels so good. Okay, so now I'm going to start working my face. So I'm going to put some gel on this side of my face. Okay. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these 4 prongs and I'm gonna hold it right here for a few seconds. And then I'm going to I'm gonna do probably 5 to 10 passes. That was 3. It's 5. So after 5, what we can do is we can come down and swoosh. I'm gonna swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Okay, now we're gonna take these 4 line it up from your jaw to your cheek. And we're just going to swoosh it along. Actually, we're going to start right here at the lip. And we're just going to brush it out. That's 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to come down here, make a couple of passes to drain. Now you can do more than 5. You can do more than 10 if you want. Okay, that's 5. And we're going to swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Next, we're going to take these 4 and we're going to hug the cheekbone, the zygomatic, and these 2 are on like your under eye. We're just going to move it out to the side. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you could take this through your hairline, but it gets caught in my hair, so I'm just going to come down and brush. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to brush. Okay, see, I'm getting I need a little bit more gel here above my eye. And then I'll probably have to rehydrate with this because, like I said, my skin is sucking this up. But do you guys already see this right in here? Like, I'm not even using a lifting program. I'm just moving out that fluid on the P2 program, and I'm already getting a lift from this. Okay, so now we're going to take these 2, and we're just going to lift and swoosh out the eye area. Now you may feel some tenderness in this area, especially if you have some fascia adhesions, but we're just moving this all out. So I'm coming in here and lifting, and then tracing my brow, and then moving it out. I could sit here and do this one for a long time. And then you could come over here, trace it down. If I had my hair down, I would do that, but the lift does get caught in my hair around those balls. So I can't do that. Sometimes I can. That's where the Omna would come in. You can do that. Okay, now we're going to take these on the forehead, and we're just going to move it on to the side. So I have these 3 on my forehead, and we're going to do 5 passes. 5, and then you can come down. I can't do that because, again, my hair. Just gonna do swoosh everything out. Okay. Look at how much better this side of my face looks compared to this side. I mean, it does look lifted. My eye looks more open and awake. My skin's got some really nice circulation going through it. See? Not even a lift. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Wow. Okay, so let's do the other side. Get all gelled up. I'm just gonna apply the gel now all over, and then I'm just going to rehydrate from the mist from this point forward. If I need more slip. Okay, so far we have 17 or 18 minutes left on the clock. So I'm going to start off with my jaw. We're going to go 5. And we're going to come down, swoosh. Get some. So with the Pico Toner, they recommend that one day you do P2 and then next day you do P1. But if you follow along with Jane Mann's lip videos, as you can see, she uses both programs in one long session, and you can definitely do that. But today I'm not lifting, I am just focusing on plumping my skin out. So we're going to take these probes, however they fit on the skin, start off at the middle of the lip, and we're just going to move out. And this would be a really good program to also do before an evening out to give your skin a really beautiful glow. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next we're gonna hug that cheekbone, these 4, and move it out. Now you can take this at a slower pace if you would like. I think I'm kind of going a little bit fast. So you guys know, I have the gloves with this. I ordered the facial adhesive pads. I'm thinking about ordering the probes, and I want to demonstrate everything for you guys. Okay, so next we're going to take these 2, and then we're going to lift and work this eye area. This is really good if you're carrying a lot of fluid here from allergies. Okay, forehead. Okay. So I have a total of 12 minutes and 13 seconds left, okay? So I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna actually turn it off. Now, I could wear this on my wrist, and if you're a klutzy person, I would suggest that you do that. But I have it off to the side so it's far away, and that's one of the other things that I love about this is the size. So easy to travel with, and it's tiny. It doesn't take up a big amount of space on your counter. So I guess, you know what? Let's do a little bit of lift. What do you guys think? My skin looks pretty good, huh? I think what I'll do is I'm going to lift the jawline, and then we'll come and do that mid-face lift. I think that's gonna be good. Let's try that out just real quick on the P1 program. Okay, so let's start off with this side. I haven't tried it yet, so let's see what it's all about. So I'm gonna turn it on and I'm gonna bump it up to P2, or I'm sorry, P1, and then I'm gonna start out at the intensity of 25. Okay, so 25. And we're gonna start at the jawline. So as soon as it clicks over, okay, perfect. So I'm gonna start, I'm gonna lift and hold here for a count of 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna go just like this. Trace my jawline. Here in front of my ear, I'm gonna lift up. Okay, so under the jaw, so we're gonna lift and hold for a count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna take these two, tip it, and I can actually feel this current in my skin. I just feel it slightly. It's not intense whatsoever. So, and this is only at 25. So I'm still, you know, playing around with that. And it's going to be a learning experience, which we will do together here on the channel. Okay, we're going to go. Got a really nice lift. Okay, so next what we're gonna do is we're gonna do that mid-faced lift, okay? So let me rehydrate. And then I'm gonna take these two probes, hold them right here above my lips, and then I'm gonna bring them out, come up underneath my cheekbone, and then come trace my cheekbone. Now I feel this fluttering when I got to like this area. So it's definitely conducting. And then when you come up here, you're gonna lift up. And then I'm gonna come up here and I feel it fluttering. So I think I'm gonna turn this down. Okay, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna go here in the center and I'm just gonna take it down to 20, okay? And we're gonna repeat that movement again. So I'm not getting any muscle twitching. I just felt a flutter, okay? as you guys know, I really love this mid-face lift. I do it a lot because it's so easy to knock out a big section of your microcurrent. Cover a lot of bases with just this one movement. It's good if you don't have a lot of time. See that lift we're getting already? So that was number 3, I think. I like to do this about 5 times. Okay, lift up, lift. All right, look at that. That looks so good. OMG. I love. Okay, everyone, so I made a big, huge mistake. My camera shut off and I thought I was filming the lift portion and I was not, and that was using P1, which is lift and tone. And it actually shut off and I thought I was filming and I wasn't. So I just finished and I realized that I wasn't filming. So I removed the conductive gel and here is my skin after. It looks so much better than before I started. Everything just looks so much better. Now it's going to continue to get a little bit plumper and look a little bit better after some of this redness goes down. This redness is the circulation from microcurrent, but I think that I got a really nice lift using it at a very low setting. My skin looks radiant and glowing. The puffiness has cleared out quite a bit from my face. Now, when I did the lifting, I lifted my jawline and I did the mid-face lift, and that's all I did, just a quick lift session, and I got a great treatment from that. So as a first impression, I have to tell you, I am in love with this device, and I'm going to continue to work with it and get to learn it. And then once I have it down pat, I will come out with some more content around it. But going forward, the Pico Toner is going to be my microcurrent device that I will be using here on the channel because it's new and it's something different, and this way you guys can really see it in action. There's not a lot of content around this because the Pico Toner isn't sent out to influencers like the Myolifts, the New Faces, the Foreos, okay? So Neurotris makes professional devices. They have actually quite a few units that are professional microcurrent devices. They have all these different waveforms and they start in the thousands, and I'm like talking like tens of thousands of dollars. And so the Pico Toner it is a professional unit, but it's also the one that they created for home use for us professionals to, introduce our clients to that so they could keep up with using microcurrent at home on their skin. And I really love the size of this device, and I can't wait to get to know it more and use it on my skin and see what happens. Hi everyone. So here is a little clip I wanted to insert because I just got out of the shower and it's been about an hour after my treatment and my skin looks even better. I just applied my skincare, so it's a little bit red from, touch, but it's so plump and so juicy. And it really shouldn't look like this because I was out the night before, had some cocktails, had a lot of salt in my food, and this just really gave me the pick-me-up I needed for my skin. Super impressed. Okay, so that is it for this video. I'm sending you all so much love and light. And remember, if you like this video, you found one thing helpful, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel when you like my videos, okay? Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you soon. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.
Hey now, take a step outside and seize the day.